Text me if it goes up. No, should be. Should be. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're here and we're live and we're about to go green flag. Jacob Quill was the pole setter, banner issue. He's going to the back. Logan Brink will lead us to the green flag. See Jacob Quill all the way back there, and we are green, and we're underway from 150 laps at Auto Club. A little rundown of what's been going on is we've had a little bit of issue with the stream not going up. I had to run a few caution laps, so we got 150 laps in the full distance race. JJ Moore, your points leader. Second place in the points is Pete Tart, that 57 Precision Chevrolet Camaro, and we got a guy going on the inside. Ken Dorian Davis, can he lock it down hard into the inside wall? Caution's out. His day is over. Nope, yellow. No yellow. We stay green. Blown engine for the 9. His day lasted 2 corners. We stay green. So 150 laps. Stage break at 30 and 68. We go to the end. JJ Moore, you were points leader in second place. As we were saying, the Pete Tart machine, the 57 Chevrolet Camaro, back down in 8th place. He's now there's yellow. What happened here? Maybe they're throwing the caution for. This is caution for Lombard. Lombard got into Benjamin Hegstrom and, yep, contacting into the infield grass. They lagged a little bit, but little update is stages are 68 and lap 30, and then we go to the end. It's a full distance race. Jacob qualifies on the pole, but now he has no banner. He goes to the back. Stream issues. Tomorrow night we are live from Auto Club as well, and 200 laps there tomorrow night. So that's the scenario so far, as I talked for about 10 minutes straight and didn't realize that the stream was not up, and then now it finally decided to go up. So we are here, and we are under yellow for the first time today. They had to run a lot of caution laps, so here's JJ Moore. Is he going to come down? No, he's not. Nobody's going to come down. They're all just going to fake each other out. Logan Brink, though, is your leader right now. Your third place in points is Whitey Thompson back there in fourth place. Kendra Davis was fourth in points, and he's already out of the race. He's packed it up, and he's ready to go home. So that sucks for him. And didn't get to go through the grid, so a little bit of our running order, as you can see on the left side of your screen. Back here right now, we got Chase George, Benjamin Hagstrom, more rear-end damage, just like last week at Phoenix. A little update from last week is the Pete Tart car. They call him Pop Tart. He went out there and he led 94 of the 100 laps of the race, and went on to have the most dominant performance in UIS history, potentially. into green this time by. Remember, the stage break is at the end of lap 30, so drivers will be racing pretty hard to that that lap 30 stage break caution. The top 7 guys get stage points. Could be huge for a guy like Pete Tart, who's, you know, second in points, but not by a lot. He could potentially take this pointsy today. Logan Berg will choose the inside line. So, yet again, we apologize for the stream going up late, guys. We had to delay the yellow a few times to get it in order. Got my bad on that. Didn't let anybody know until about 20 minutes before the race that there was no stream key made. Normally we can just use the one from the last race. Did not work this time for some reason. So we got our green flag in our hand, and Logan Brinks got his right foot on the gas pedal, ready to go green. Into this restart zone. Green flag. We're back underway. Great jump for Logan Brink on the bottom line. He jumps up to the high line. Logan Brink will hold the lead. They're going to go 3 wide into turn number 1. Henry Kaloff on the inside of JJ Moore. With a lot of 3 wide racing at the back. Maybe we can see a lot of lead changes today, as we haven't seen much of those all season long. Wyatt Thompson clears Tyler J. Curley for 4th place. And he's got a big run on the backstretch. I'm going to be right on the outside of Henry Kaloff going into turn number 3. Logan Brink to the bottom of the track. JJ Moore right on that quarter panel. Wyatt Thompson right on the back bumper of his teammate. Moore gets loose. Contact being made. Henry Kaloff down the pit road. He needs 4 tires and fuel. He's down the pit road. That black flag should be cleared as long as he goes to pit road speed. I believe he is. Yeah, he goes down to pit road speed, trying to get through pit road as fast as he can. That black flag should be clear. JJ Moore hard into that outside wall, though. He's losing spots. Could have some right front damage. Let's go take a look at that right front suspension. No, the right front looks fine on JJ Moore's car. Definitely scrubbed the tires, though, from that slide on exit 2. Pete Tart now ahead of him. Remember, Pete Tart looking to take that points lead. He's 6 points behind Moore, and he's 3 spots ahead of him right now. So JJ Moore still would be the points leader if we were like this. But Pete Tart will get some stage points as Kobe Duckworth lags into Tyler J. Curley, who is taking the lead, and Jackson Brown on the bottom now, all the way down there. He's got an issue. He's a lap down. Now he's just slow. Tyler J. Curley, Cam Barnes, the rookie, making his first career start, up into 2nd place. Side by side, going into turn number 1. Oh, contact made. Carmelo Echebarria, can he save it? He can. What a save from the 28. Lots of contact so far between these guys in this field. Kobe Duckworth looking to the inside of Logan Brink, who's probably saving their right front tires. He did that very well in the truck race here last Monday night. Down the back straightaway. Cam Barnes in his first career UIS race, he leads laps. I did that once as well, but that was 2 years ago. That was 2 full years ago. And a way less talented field. This Cam Barnes guy might got some talent. They're 3 and 4 wide mid-pack. Pete Tart making a move, trying to get the third over Kobe Duckworth. JJ Moore trying to fight that. Down the back straightaway. Pete Tart trying to save that tire. Maybe make a last late charge. There's no loaded brakes going to be doing that as well. Cam Barnes looking on Tyler Curley. Into turn 1, he's going to go high. Curley goes middle. Curley cuts it down to the second line. Barnes keeps it right on that seam of the 4th lane. Duckworth behind. Can he give a push? On this back straightaway, we got a lot of side-by-side racing. He doesn't need to push. Cam Barnes goes to the bottom. Can he drive it in deep and slide up in front of him on exit of turn number 4? Is he going to clear Tyler J. Curley? He's going to slide up. They're going to come close to touching. They almost touch, and Curley will prevail. They're going to be side-by-side down the front stretch. Going to go into turn 1. Side-by-side as well. Caution's out. Jacob S. Bryant. Got a replay on it. Jacob S. Bryant, that Ford Mustang. See if they had a moment in front of him. Head guys in the wall. Oh, they're wrecking. And then the O2. Oh, no, Jacob Bryant made it through it. The O2 did not hold his brakes at all. There'll be Casey Bentz, and the caution comes out again for the second time, so we'll rack him back up again. This time Curley, Tyler Curley will be our leader. Tyler J. Curley is your leader. We'll be coming to pit road being open. Do they decide to come down? The guys that aren't full-time drivers, I would assume maybe a couple of them would. We do got a taker. Who is it? Jacob Will is also moved his way up here in that 60 Ford Mustang. We got a few guys on pit road. Whitey Thompson is one of them. Thompson might end up getting to the front. Thompson gets that damage fixed if he had any. Coming to the 1 to green this time by. Next time by. Tyler J. Curley will take the bottom. He's got Kobe Duckworth and Logan Brink right behind him. And this first stage is going to be split directly in half, so Wyatt D. Thompson already done a tire set that he's going to have to use at the end of the stage break, so maybe this strategy could work for him if he gets a green flag run to the end of this stage. He will be right up at that front. Remember, these guys only get 6 sets of tires in total. So we come into the green flag this time by JJ Moore with his points lead potentially ending today. He's led the points every single race after the second race of the season. His rival is right in front of him, and Pete Tart, who's in 4th place. So if Pete Tart get a good jump on this restart, he might be able to go 3 wide with turn 1 with Cam Barnes and Tyler J. Curley. And green flag is in the air. Bad jump for Riley Maxwell. Great jump for Tyler J. Curley. Splits that top lane in half pretty much. Cam Barnes with Tart behind, side by side with Duckworth, who started in 3rd. So pretty solid start for Cam Barnes. Overall, great jump, for Tyler J. Curley. And Pete Tart's gonna have the draft, and he's gonna plow right past Colby Duckworth, more than likely down this back straightaway. Can Duckworth slide him in front of Moore? No, he cannot. Down the back straightaway into turn 3. Pete Tart going to the bottom. Everybody going to the bottom of the track. Except for JJ Moore. What type of mess Wyatt D. Thompson came out in. Where is he running? Try to find his car. There he is. At the back of this pack, that number 5 machine. Trying to get his way through this. Going to be very difficult, even on those fresh tires. He's also got to try to take it a little bit easy, because these tires can overheat very, very quick. Chase George shows a block to Trenton Wilkin. And Jacob Quill into the outside wall. Caution's out. Sorry to not see that a little bit sooner. Chase Crawl. No, not for him. Who wrecked? Let's go where Peter Hoppy is. Only Peter Hoppy's where the caution's at. Oh, we told you. Peter Hoppy's always where the caution is. Jackson Brown. Chase 96 machine. Brown down the back straight away. That white and red. Or the white with the red lettering. We're at a super right in the middle of the track. See what happens here. Eric above right on his inside. Carmelo on his outside. Those are the 2 people you do not want to be side by side with. And he just gets tight, runs Carmelo on the outside wall. Contact from Wyatt D. Thompson, and a bad start to the season for the 96 team. Now, for some of the guys that you know, are not full time do you pit here? Coming to the pit road, being open, I believe, or we might be coming to 1 to green. I might have missed a caution lap. I don't believe we did. We did not miss a caution. No, maybe we did, because Curly's going to the bottom. Hopefully we missed a caution lap, because I'm ready to go green again. No, we did not. We're coming to 1 to green next time by. Tomorrow night you can get us live on the R2R network, I believe. If not, you can always find us on the UBN network. You'd always just check those two. UBN network every Monday and every Friday. R2R network every Saturday, not every Saturday, most Saturdays, if not all. Most of the time we are on R2R network. Sometimes we're on the UBN network. Tomorrow night we are live from Auto Club. 200 laps, stage break at 40 and lap 90, then we go to the end. 7 sets of tires for the drivers, 200 laps around the this track that sadly is no longer with us. I think every fan that's watched the NASCAR race before would love for this track to come back. It is just such a phenomenal track that produces such good racing. Most of the time it's fuel mileage races, so we'll see if that is the case today. So we'll see, and you know, most of the guys that are racing today will be racing tomorrow. If not all of them are, but most of them will. Last week at Phoenix for the Cup Series. A lot of cautions. It was pretty much the race that nobody wanted to win. And, well, coming out of the wire ended up being a Nicholas Martinez Jr. victory, and Sky High Racing gets its 4th win of the season. 4 of 6 races. Tyler Helms with 1, Martinez with 1, Finnegan and Myers with 2 as a sub replacement part-time car. And so Sky High Racing has 4 of the first 6 wins, and they don't have a points leader. Logan Brink is still their points leader by 12 over Martinez, 38 over Helms, 41 over Alexander Ortega, 45 over Ken Dorian Davis, who hasn't led a single lap and has only 1 top 5 of the season. And here we go. We'll be coming to the green flag this time. So we'll be going green, and here we go. Can Pete Tart get a good jump as his championship rival right behind him yet again? And green flag in the air. Great jump for Tyler J. Curley once more. Bad jump for Cam Barnes. Bad jump for Colby Duckworth as Jacob Quill looking to go 3 wide as well on him. And Brink, can he put his nose there? Yes, he can. Contact being made. Riley Maxwell slides up the tractor 4 wide. 4 wide mid-pack. Tyler J. Curley loves what he's seeing in his rearview mirror as he's driving away. Pete Tart up to 2nd. down the back straightaway. Or down, not the back straightaway, down the front straightaway. And JJ Moore side by side with Pete Tart. How will these two race each other? JJ Moore clears them off of the corner into one. They're 4 wide behind. In a second. Contact being made. Jacob Quill into Cam Barnes. Giving the rookie a little bit of giving him a little bit of you know, tough love out of the corner. Down the front stretch, can JJ Moore get to Tyler J. Curley? I feel like with the draft he should be able to. He's a whole tenth faster. He will get there. Just a matter of time. Oh, we've seen him. We've seen that. Oh my goodness. Oh my lord. That guy is dead. Caution's out. Necklace Road. We seen that at the last moment. Let's go see it from the camera we were looking at. As these guys go up in here, the leaders are going through. What the heck happened with this road? Oh my god. What happened here? He's more towards the front of the pack. Did he just... It looked like he got like loose, or his wheel messed up. It had to be a wheel. Like his... Yeah, it had to have been a wheel and pedals issue as he goes hard into the outside wall. Get one more time. Get left front damage as well. Yeah, it just looks like his wheel disconnects. We got guys on pit road? No, we do not. Looks like his wheel just disconnects. A very unfortunate event. Now is where you would see the guys that are part-time come down for tires if they want to make the call. Logan Brink is one of them, it looks like, and he is. Same thing with Jacob Quill, Chase Crawl. So we'll see who wins the race off of pit road here. Seems Jacob Quill might have got him. We're coming to the 1-2 green next time by. So coming to 1 to green, we'll have a, I believe a green checkered. As yeah, we're lap 28. We'll be having a 2-lap shootout. And yet again, JJ Moore, this time he's on the outside of row number 1. We'll have a green-white checkered for the stage. We're going to bring in Jake Quill. We'll go to the front of the field after the caution goes out for the stage. So we got Tyler J. who's led most of this first stage, if not all of it. Well, no, it was not all of it. Led most of this first stage in P1. But he hasn't been challenged on these restarts and hasn't had runs long enough to matter. So let's see what goes on here. The green flag's about to go out. We're going to have 2 laps to the side of the stage. And green flag back in the air. Great jump for Pete Tart. He's going to be side by side with JJ Moore going into turn 1. That's only going to help Tyler J. Curley. And look at Wyatt D. Thompson up there now as well. He's up into the top 6. Contact being made a little bit between Tart and Moore. Here comes Wyatt D. Thompson down the back straightaway. Is there anything he could do? He's going to have about a lap. He's going to need some crazy grip out of those fresh tires over everybody else. Coming to 1 to go in the stage. JJ Moore clears Everett. Everett counts down the front stretch. He's going to be side by side. Everett. He did pit with... He did pit with Wyatt E. Thompson. He's got the fresher tires down the back straightaway. JJ Moore throws a block to his teammate all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack. Pete Tart's falling off as well. Everett side by side with Tyler J. Curley going into turns 3 and 4 for the final time in stage 1. He's going to clear him with ease. Curley all the way to the outside wall. First place, Everett counts his first career stage win. JJ Moore, Wyatt D. Thompson, Tyler J. Curley falls from 1st to 4th at the end of the lap. And Pete Tart falls all the way to 7th, getting 1 stage point after restarting in 3rd. Definitely burn up the tires. So that's a great way to end stage 1. Great racing at the front of the field. And now we're under caution. So the guys that did not pit are going to have their opportunity to pit. The thing that sucks is Everett and Wyatt D. Thompson. They're going to be down a set of tires. Everett, Wyatt D. Thompson, Henry Kaloff, Zachary Taylor. They're all going to be down a set. Everybody else, all the other guys that pit on the last caution, I mean, they're not going to be down a set. They're just going to be, you know, have a little bit more worn tires. Eric LeBombard about to get his lap back as he is the lucky dog. Coming to pit road this time by. Everett will lead us down there. He goes from the back to the front as well, as you see the no banner. Yep, see the guys that all came down last time will be coming, will be staying out. And here's gonna be our race off of pit road. say just in front of YD Thompson as well. Chase George, your leader of this race. 12 lap old tires. Chase George out front. Coming to 1 to green, and Chase George out front for the first time of the season in his own league. Round of applause for the 06 machine. He finally did something, boys. Coming to the green flag this time by Chase George picks the outside, trying to help his teammate Logan Brink, it looks like. This time by Chase George gets his couple laps led of the season. Probably will not be seen that much more for the rest of the year. Just all jokes, guys, and giving a lot of crap. This time by Chase George will lead the field, leading William Johnson, who will be behind him, and Trent Wilkin, who will be on the inside behind Logan Brink. And behind him is Peter Hoppy and Jacob Quill. So here we go. Green flag is getting ready to get thrown once more. Logan Brink. Green flag in the air. Logan Brink gets backed off. Bad jump for Brink, it looks like. Nope, looks like a great jump for Brink, actually. He should have him easily into turn 1. We got guys going 3-4 wide back here. 3 wide. JJ Moore underneath the 4 wide. Into turn number 1. JJ Moore's all over it. He's getting loose on the rear end. 3 wide on exit of 2. They start to not single file it out, but they try to start to single it out just a little bit. Trent Wilkins stuck on that bottom. Peter Hoppy's involved. William Johnson all the way to the bottom. Cuts off Trent Wilkin. Into 3 and 4. Logan Brink, Jacob Quill all over there. Into the outside wall. Everett, Coates. It's Everett. He's in the wall. He hit it hard with 3 wide again. 3 wide, 4 wide for a moment. Jacob Quill rolling that outside line. He's going to have a hell of a run here on Chase George and Logan Brink down the back straightaway. He's going to go with Brink. Chase George goes down, tries to block it a little bit. Brink goes high. Brink goes back to the bottom. George going to the bottom as well. Here comes William Johnson. Trent Wilkin on the outside of the 08. I believe, nope, that's Chase Crawl, not actually the 08. Just the paint scheme. And into turn 1, all the way to the outside wall is Trent Wilkin and Jacob Quill off of turn number 2. Oh, contact made! Trent Wilkin around. He's going to the inside wall. He saves it. Well, didn't save it, but contact between him and, who was that? I think that was him and William Johnson. No caution. We stay green. 1 car spin. George now on the outside of Jacob Quill. Can Quill get there? Remember, stage break is at the end of lap 68. Chase George fighting really hard on those older tires. 6 lap difference between the tires. Seems to not be that much. George will still be side by side. He's going to have Brink behind him, who's also his teammate. Can Quill clear in the one? No, he can't. They're going to be side by side. Chase George. He's out there and he's rolling. Look at the gap he's got now over Jacob Quill. 3/10 is the gap. Chase George out front. Oh, contact! Eric Lombard is around. And the yellow should be coming out. No caution. Now the caution's out. Bad crash. Eric Lombard involved. His day looks to be done. See what goes on here. At 58, Ford Mustang gets tight on exit. He comes up. They contact between Pete Tart, your points, almost your points leader. He's got a big dent on the front end. Oh my goodness! Eric Lombard almost goes up and over. Pete Tart, is his car gonna be okay? That's a pretty solid dent in the front end. You need that straight line speed here. Hopefully he can get that car fixed up and back towards the front of this field. Chase George out front. Oh my God, there's a... Okay, I thought there was a wheel rolling on the straightaway, but it was my camera being messed up. Chase George out front, though. Prevailing in those old tires. Peter Hoppy in third. As far as he's been up all season in this series. We are 1 to green this time. Nope, 1 to green next time by Chase George. They're saving that fuel. Might need to save a little bit of fuel to go to the end of the stage. Chase George been, you know, the owner of this league for a while. He's been, you know, not been able to run as many races as he's wanted to in the past. But now he's running. He's out the front. We're almost coming to 100 to go here soon. And he's leading this race with an opportunity here to potentially win it if he gets a little bit of luck on his side in these next 20 to 25 laps. If he can get this to go green and his tires can... Oh my god! Contact between Jacob Quill under caution! Unbelievable what just happened under yellow. We need to see what just happened from the cockpit view of Jacob Quill. Don't mind the audio glitch. Might have been on his phone. They set him to the rear. What does Chase George's damage look like? That is literally in the potential. I guess we'll see how bad his damage really is after the start. There's a mark on the left rear. Chase George's day, as just as we were talking, how it could be a very good day for him, turns into a bad, what is going to be a bad day, because that car is not going to handle good at all. And, you know, out of all the guys to make that mistake, Jacob Quill is the absolute last person I ever thought would do something like that. And, I mean, look at that damage on that left rear. It's pretty bad. That car probably will not handle well. So, Chase George now with a little bit of damage that could be, you know, you never know in this Xfinity car. That damage could either help the car rotate a little bit, or it could just completely kill the car and how it handles. But we'll see here as the starters got the green flag in hand. We are going to have 23 laps to go on the stage, and the guy cut restart zone right about now, and Chase George is rolling. Green flag in the air. Great jump for George. Big push from Brink. William Johnson and Hoppy on the bottom, with J.J. Moore down there as well. Chase George, left rear damage. Brink cuts off Hoppy to the inside. Goes Wyatt D. Thompson, and he will be clear of Hoppy off of 2. No, Hoppy's going to be there. Pete Tart back there. He's fighting behind Trenton Wilkin. A little bit of front end damage on the Pete Tart. Caution to go. 3 wide, almost 4 wide. They will wash up. Hoppy almost gets into the door of Henry Kaloff. And we all kind of keep it going in the right direction here. Chase George all the way on the outside line. They're going to be 3 wide going into turn 1. Thompson on the bottom. Kaloff in the middle, Johnson on the outside, almost 5 wide for a moment. They're 4 wide for like 6th. No, not 6th, for like 8th. Block all the way to the bottom. Duckworth all the way gets underneath them. Kaloff to the bottom. He's going to go 3 wide into turn 3. Can he make the pass on Chase George and Logan Brink? No, he can't, but they'll be 3 wide behind George. George gets loose. He's going to be a part of the 3 wide now. Thompson pushing Kaloff. Johnson pushing George, and nobody pushing Logan Brink in the middle, but Brink's going to have the best advantage going into turn number 1. Kaloff all the way to the bottom. Thompson into Logan Brink. Contact made. Around goes Logan Brink, and the caution's out again. The big one at Auto Club. What a last few laps. Bad crash, and Logan Brink overcorrected it yet again. He did it last Saturday, does it again today, it looked like, or just trying to fight the car. And he just looks to going into here. Thompson just starts to wash up a little bit, and look, Logan tried to save it. Let's get a look from the roll ball. Uncharacteristic mistake from Logan Brink. Bad crash. What a moment to start this one today. Lots of really good cars just got taken out there. And Chase George will come down pit road. Smart decision for the 06. So Henry Kaloff will now be your leader with Chase Crawl on his outside. We got lots of guys on different strategies. Let's see where our guy Pete Tart is at. He's in 7th place, fully fixed up race car. we come into the green. Got a little rundown of our top 10. Henry Kaloff this Monday night, he dominates 94 of the 100 laps. Does not get the win. Looking for that first career win in the Cup Series, in the UIS versus iRacing Series. Chase Kroll, part-time guy, Mach 5 Frost Motorsport in the 08 Chevrolet Camaro, looking for his first win of his career. JJ Moore, your points leader in third place. He's having a pretty solid day so far, looking to get back to the lead. Kobe Duckworth, looking to make his mark on this season, trying to get up there as well. Riley Maxwell, that Mach 5 Frost Motorsports car, highest he's been all season. Trent Wilkin in 6th, rookie of the year last season, trying to get his foot down this season. We got Pete Tart in 7th, second place in points. We don't got time for anybody else. We got Casey Bentz, Jacob S. Bryant, and Benjamin Hagstrom in our top 10. And here we go. We're going to go green once more. Green flag is in the air. Great jump for Henry Kaloff. Great jump for JJ Moore. Bad for Riley Maxwell. Could not stay locked on the back bumper of his teammate. And they're going to be 2 and 3 wide behind. JJ Moore all over the back bumper of Henry Kaloff. Kaloff starting to see what he saw just 4 days ago. Whole bunch of cars in his rearview mirror. Maybe this time he can drive away. Maybe this time he can win it. Oh, contact being made. Trent Wilkin to the outside wall. Big crash. Benjamin's in it. Caution will be out once more. Trent Wilkin in the wreck once again. And another crash at the front of the field. This is starting to become a recurring thing. See what happens here. I think it's Riley Maxwell. And they touch. Bad damage at front end of Trent Wilkin, and Benjamin doesn't seem to be too badly damaged, but Trent Wilkin's got he's got a toe issue. Look at that car wobble. So Henry Kaloff is your leader. Let's see where Chase George is at. He's one of those guys in the pit right there, and look where Chase George is at. 12th place and 11th. Best guy on the fresh tires is that'd be Cam Barnes and then Carmelo Achivara. Those are the two that are on 3-lap older tires, 10-lap older tires for the 02 car. So we've got lots of different strategies. We've got Chase George, we've got Jacob Quill as well. Logan Brink, he also pitted then, but Logan Brink's had some bad damage still. We got lots of guys coming back down pit road, and probably to repair some damages. There's a lot of not clean race cars. Coming to the green, or not the green, the 1 to green. And Henry Kaloff is out front. Maybe he can get a little bit of luck on his side, and maybe he can go win one of these. got Henry Kaloff, Colby Duckworth on the outside, who's, oh, never mind. Colby Duckworth's on, never mind. JJ Moore on the outside, Colby Duckworth on the inside. Riley Maxwell, highest that 88 car has been all season long. And, Casey Benz and Jacob S. Bryant right there too. So we've got lots of quick guys there at the back of this field. Coming to the green, Kaloff will be leading the field to the line. Green flag in the air. Henry Kaloff with a great jump. We got about 13 to go on the stage. Riley Maxwell, terrible on the restarts all season long, honestly. And down the back straightaway, Kaloff pulling away. JJ Moore's been at that front of the field, just has not been able to compete for the lead. Pete Tart, though, he's coming back. Tart's had a little bit of luck. Cam Bent's on his 4 fresh tires. He wants to go to the front as well. Can we just get a long green flag running one time? Is what these guys on the new tires are asking for. The guys that are probably better in the long runs, that's what they're asking for as well. JJ Moore, we know he is. He's been saving his stuff very well. Kaloff, a pretty good tire saver as well. Down the back stretch. Moore. Let's Duckworth to the inside. Duckworth might clear. Duckworth is going to challenge for the lead. He's going to clear the 7 off of 4. They're going to love to see 4 wide. Slides up. The O2 gets tight. Somehow nobody touches him. Chase George comes through. Through goes George into the top 5. This guy has got some speed tonight. Him and Cam Burns on the 4 fresh tires. 8 lap old tires. The top 2 on 25 lap old tires. Sorry, not the top 2. The top 3. And they're trying to run him down. JJ Moore side by side with Duckworth. Can he get to the quarter panel? Henry Kaloff into the corner. No, he can't. Off the corner, comparing lap times, Chase George ran a 40.5. Cam Burns a 40.5. The leader, Henry Kaloff, a 40.9. A 4/10 difference between Chase George and the leader, and they're parting the seas for him. The seas parted. He goes through side by side with Duckworth, past Cam Burns. Burns needs to really work with that 06. And Moore's there as well. Can Chase George potentially win his first career stage? He's all over the bottom. 9 laps to go in the stage. End of 68. Remember that stage break is. Chase George down the back straightaway. JJ Moore to the inside. He's looking on Henry Kaloff. They're going to be side by side into turn 3. George wants a piece of it. Off the corner. Great gription from the 06. He's going to shoot the middle. 3 wide. Coming to the line. 7 to go on the stage. Moore will clear them into turn 1. That long run is coming though. The way these guys are starting to drive, the herd is starting to thin out just a little bit, and they're ready for that long run. Tyler J. Curley officially out of the race after leading the beginning of this one, almost winning the stage. And Chase George wrapping around the outside of JJ Moore. Moore, is he gonna clear him? No, they're gonna be side by side. Chase George might clear him into turn 1. Burns right behind him. 6 to go on the stage. Chase George running that middle. Wyatt Thompson on his way now as well. He's got 4 lap pressure tires than George. He's coming through the front. He's right behind his teammate. Can Chase George hold him off now as well? Into turn 3, Thompson right behind JJ Moore. Look for a gap that was not there. Chase George pulling away. Just a little bit. Sorry, correction, 6 to go this time in the stage. And Whitey Thompson all over the back bumper of Cam Barnes, sorry, not Burns. Into turn 3, Thompson's gonna get underneath them, and that's a for sure pass for him. Chase George hold off this 5 now, who's flying his way to the front of the field. And he's gonna get side by side off the corner. That 5 of Whitey Thompson. Man, that pit crew. The pit crew made an adjustment. They made an adjustment on the fixed setup. Maybe a brake bias change, maybe just a how he drove change, but that 5 is way, way faster than what it was, even though it's now a tire difference between him and George. It's not that crazy of a difference. George, a 5/10 difference on the last lap between Whitey Thompson, a 41.1 and a 41.6 for George. That lap, Whitey Thompson a 41.3 and a Chase George is a 42.0. So Chase George might have burned the tire off of it. Trying to push too hard, getting to the front of the field. And Whitey Thompson's got 8/10 gap. Whitey Thompson pulling away, 3 to go in the stage. 1.5 second difference between him and second place between Cam Barnes. And let's take a look at a battle for a potential for the last stage point. This could be huge for the chase, for the championship battle. As you see that Pete Tart machine right behind these two that are side by side. Pete Tart's in 8th. He needs one of these spots to get a stage point. Lap 67 of 150. We're almost halfway done. And this race has been just chaos so far. Who can get this last, not the last stage point, but this, who's going to be able to get third here? I think it's going to be JJ Moore. It seems Cam Barnes and Chase George burn their stuff off. And Whitey Thompson will be coming to 1 to go in the stage. The white flag is in the air for the stage break. Coming on the back straight away. The final time in the stage will be Whitey Thompson as he enters turn 3. And through 4. And Whitey Thompson will come off in the corner. And will claim the stage win. And the caution should be thrown after the 7th place guy crossing the line. JJ Moore makes the move. There's the caution. From JJ Moore. in 4th. He did not get there, but he gave it a try. We're almost halfway done with this race. Whitey Thompson, I believe, will be his first stage win of the season. In the Contender Series, it is his first career stage win, the first stage win of the season for him. Joins his teammate in JG Moore as the only two guys on Mach 5 Racing to win a stage here to begin the season. So here comes these guys down pit road. Everybody's gonna come down. This is a very big, very important pit stop right here. Oh, Chase George slides through his pit box. Bad mistake for the 06. These guys that are mid-packer, you know, with the guys that like to go 3 and 4 or 5 wide sometimes. So here we go. Who will win the race off of pit road? Remember the three pit boxes in, 3 pit boxes out rule. Here's Thompson, and Whitey Thompson will win the race off of pit road with ease, followed by JJ Moore, it looks like, over Cam Barnes, Pete Tart, Colby Duckworth, Chase Crawl, Chase George. After that, he goes from like 4th to 7th. But Whitey Thompson, it's going to be a front row lockout for Mach 5 Frost Motorsports. Going green this time. Good Whitey Thompson, the restart zone. And we'll come into the green flag, and Whitey Thompson will get going. Probably counting his teammate down just a little bit. And they're going to be side by side here going into turn 1. They're going to be side by side. Contact! Chase Carl on the outside wall. Big crash! Oh my goodness. We're going to finish this race with no cars left. Let's see what happens here going into turn 1. Crawl in that middle line. Chase George gets very loose, overcorrects. Oh man, bad crash. Multiple cars got airborne for a moment. Benjamin Axiom in another wreck. And, well, we'll see how many cars there are left. That took out a good portion of what was left. This has been a race. You know, we can definitely say that it's definitely been a race. Well, we've been running for about an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes so far, and well, the top 12 are on the lead lap, and one of those guys is Chase Crawl, who's practically out of this one. Then Everett Couts, who's also out pretty much, and Logan Brink, who's also getting damaged. Jacob Quill, who just finished getting damaged on. You know, we got lots of guys that are pretty much out of this thing, and you know, I just, you know, from a driver's standpoint, because I am, you know, a driver, we're halfway through in an hour and 15 minutes. If we were to go if we were to do this pace yet again, which obviously it should not happen with the amount of drivers we have left, if we were to do this pace again, we'd get done with this race in a total of 2.5 hours on a full distance race. We wouldn't be done for another hour and 15, hour and 10 minutes. So we wouldn't get done to like 11:20 Eastern Standard Time. From a driver's standpoint, you kind of gotta not really want to do this anymore, right? I mean, it's obviously you're here to drive, but when the cautions constantly keep falling and guys are just getting taken out of the race, like the guy that's in 13th is 2 laps down. There's nobody that is 1 lap down. Chase Carl will stay in the lead lap. Logan Brink's got left front damage. Everett's got no damage. He got his fixed up. Jacob Quill's got his fixed up. Everybody else is clean for now. And from a driver's standpoint, you don't really want to do this anymore. And you got to kind of think about shortening the race, even though it is technically one of your crown jewels, because 27 cars started this race, and we're down to practically 12. 14 cars are on track. And, you know, I 100% solely believe part of it is about the fast repair. You give these guys a fast repair, they got a get out of jail free card where, say, you know, Chase George's mistake, you know, the guys that got involved in it, you know, they don't have to see the repercussions, and they can go out there and go drive again. But that's not for me to make the decision of, We got a small field here for the next half of the race. And we'll be going green, and it'll be on Wyatt D. Thompson. He's going to try this outside line. He's going to get a great launch. He chose to go with Pete Tart on the restart, surprisingly. And here's the real battle we're looking for. Pete Tart, JJ Moore, P3, P4. Oh, sorry, P2, P3. And stage 3 is pretty much underway this time. JJ Moore all the way to the bottom. Halfway done. Oh, we got a Colby Duckworth getting loose. Can he save it? Yes, he can. What a save from the 15. Wyatt D. Thompson all over that bottom line. JJ Moore gets loose, and Pete Tart will take advantage of it, and he will take P2 with the draft. And Moore will lose another spot. He goes from second to fourth on one straightaway. And he's going to put 3 wide now with Jacob Quill on the bottom. Ronnie Maxwell on the outside. Contact being made between Quill and Maxwell. The third or fourth time Jacob Quill just drove directly into somebody. But nonetheless, Jacob Quill in sixth. Thompson up front, followed by Pete Tart, Cam Barnes on the outside of JJ Moore. Thompson giving his teammate a little bit of draft. This is where the long run's going to come, I believe. Sideways off of 4 is Cam Barnes. We're snaking on this front straightaway. We're on laps 80 of 150. We're getting closer and closer to this race. And here we are, yet again. Pete Tart making a look for the lead. It just seems at this point now, this is a weekly occurrence. It's like the third or fourth week in a row. Something in this Pete Tart car and the offseason, he really figured something out. But he's got JJ Moore all over him. And all over Moore is Cam Barnes into 3. This is where the long run's going to come. Who's going to save that tire? Pete Tart did not save it on the first round of this race. Is he going to save it in this one? All the way down the track, Barnes getting screwed over here as he's going to go way back. Now he's going to stay with JJ Moore somehow, even with the draft. This is the beautiful thing about Auto Club. Look at all the lines that we use. Thompson slides up in front of him. And he's going to go to the lead. He's going to make the attempt. Down the front stretch, and Tart gets to the bottom. He's really trying to squeeze Thompson up towards that wall, and he ducks it all the way to the bottom, and almost contact between Cam Barnes and Wyatt D. Thompson. That could have ended Thompson's day easily. And off of 2, they're going to be side by side for third. Thompson to the bottom, making a look on Tart. He won't get there. Opportunity wasted. Got a long way to go, though. And Pete Tart now continues to lead yet again. This is the third race in a row he's led multiple laps in. And this guy is just, you know, he's quick. And this is, I think this top three right now, I think you're seeing a preview of a championship fight. This is a preview of a championship four, I believe. I think 3 of the 4 are going to be these top 3 guys right now. And the 4th one's going to be some wild card. Probably Trenton Wilkin. But, man, these 3 guys are just... I mean, J.J. Moore has won multiple races. Thompson's a champion, defending champion. And Pete Tart's found some type of speed over the last few races that nobody else has found. I mean... leads 94 of 100 laps last week, and look at him now. Final stage of this one. He's up at the front. Hart starting to lose the gap just a little bit on that lap, but about 0.75, almost a tenth, or 0.075, almost a tenth faster was Y.D. Thompson. And Jacob Quillo at 5th. That guy saves the tires better than and more than anybody that I know. Watch out, if it goes long, he will be there at the end. Wouldn't be surprised if we start to see Cam Barnes start to fall off just a little bit. As look like he's really overdriving the entry, and Jacob Quill will get underneath him down the back straightaway. But the real question, can Pete Tart continue to sustain this lead and drive away from his competition, as it's looking like that's what's happening. He's pulling away. He's pulling away fast. Now the gap's starting to shrink. He had a really good 3 and 4. It just seems he's so much better through the corners than everybody else is. But that draft is really just keeping Thompson here. We're on lap 90 of 150. Well over halfway into this one. And Thompson looking for a move on the inside. A little mid-race update report. You know, beginning of this one, start out with Jacob Quill on the pole. No banners. We go to the back looking brake starts on the front of the field. And, well, you know, we got lots of guys wrecking multiple big crashes. The top 15 guys are on the track, but the top 12 are on the lead lap of this one, and Thompson's looking all over the back bumper of Pete Tart. Top 12 guys are on the lead lap, 15 guys on the track as of now. To begin stage 3, we had a very big wreck between Chase George, Chase Crawl, and about eight other cars that caused a big, not pile up, but it caused a pretty solid crash. And well, you know, now we're in a predicament where good chance if we have another wreck, we're going to finish with less than 10 cars on the lead lap in this one. And we got 3 wide for second place, and Jacob Quill on the bottom clears JJ Moore 4th to 2nd on the straightaway. He's got something that others do not. Quill to the bottom of the track on Pete Tart now as well. He sensed the long run was coming, and he's looking for career win number 21 in the UIS. Looking to extend the lead, but he's got the 60 behind. Running away from him no more. The 60 is here, and he's looking to make a move sometime soon. I believe he'll drive away with it. Tart into the outside wall. Jacob Quill, he just got asked to pass him pretty much right there. He will. Jacob Quill, new leader of the 60 car, back out front. Jacob Quill's second all-time in career wins in the UIS. He's looking to close the gap on Logan Brink on that category. Maybe he can do that today. If he were to be able to pull off a win tonight here at Auto Club. He's won at the style track before. He won Michigan a couple seasons ago and Cup. Drive away with this one, I believe. There's just nobody that's gonna be able to keep up with him on these long runs. He really slows the car down. Slow in, lets it rotate through the center of the corner, and it's working. He's not pulling away as he thought he would. Maybe the draft keeping Tart there, but I think he's just not pushing hard either. 21 laps on his stint so far, 22 now. This one stays green. We very well could see a Jacob Quill victory once more. JJ Moore might need a little bit of pit strategy because he's not had the pace to keep up with the lead today. He's had the pace to keep up with the lead, just hasn't had the pace to take the lead and run away. When you want to talk about dominant performances in the Cup, dominant performances in championship, seasons and dominant performances in race, you look at the laps led. Pete Tart last week led 94 laps. All season, JJ Moore's only led 36, but he's got 2 wins. He's got those wins based off of fuel mileage. And he got the other win at Portland by actually dominating it. So, a fuel mileage one and a dominating one. And, it doesn't matter how many laps you lead. Look at Monday night, Truck Series. Guy leads 1 lap, wins the race. Doesn't matter how many you lead. And if JJ Moore goes and leads 1 lap today, it could be the last one. He could go see himself in victory lane yet again for the 3rd time this year. Very well could happen. JJ Moore all over the back bumper of his championship rival. Got 51 laps to go, coming to 50 to go. Down the backstretch, Tart clears Moore yet again. Cash Culp gets lapped. Top 5 are all together. Less than 50 laps to go. This field's starting to, not starting to spread out, but you can see those times on the left side of your screen. The top 5 are within a second. Besides that, about 3 seconds, 3.5, almost 4 to 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. And 12 guys in the lead lap. Chase Kroll will be getting lapped soon. And, oh, Jacob Quill. He's driving away with this one. He's just pulling away. And the way the tires are wearing, it's good chance that, it comes down to pit strategy. I feel JJ Moore, if he's going to, I don't think Pete Tart is good enough at saving the tire to be able to go win this race. I think if it stays green, I think JJ Moore is the only guy that has an opportunity, or Wyatt D. Thompson. As right now, it's compared to their best lap of the race between Jacob Quill and Pete Tart, they both ran a 40.575. Their last lap of the race, Jacob Quill was a 42.2 and a 42.3. So almost a 2-second difference between the lap times. If Pete Tart were to pit this lap and Jacob Quill were to go one more longer, Pete Tart would come out 2 seconds ahead of Jacob Quill. So you kind of got to cover. You either got 2 options. You either got to, as Jacob Quill, you either got to run long or you got to pit before everybody else does. And I think Jacob Quill is going to run long, because that new tire advantage is so much better. Jacob Quill got a 9/10 lead now. Haven't seen this big of a gap since second stage where Whitey Thompson dominated that one. At the end, we really pulled away. Pete Tart getting move made on him by J.J. Moore. Championship battle. Points leaders going at it. They make contact off of turn 4. They're both very tight. They both got no right front tire. Whitey Thompson, is he going to push Moore or does he pass him? He's going to push his teammate. Doesn't do much. They're going to be side by side into one. Can Moore do this one cleanly? Thompson gets right on the left ear of Tart. Tart's right on that seam. Moore will come up off the corner. They will not be able to clear. He will. J.J. Moore will clear Pete Tart. Is he there, though? They're very close to each other. Jake Quill's loving seeing this one in his rearview mirror. Thompson washes up. He gets very tight off exit of 4. Almost gets into Pete Tart. Got less than 45 to go. And Everett Coates, he's making a move now on Whitey Thompson. Can he do it cleanly? Comes up off the corner. Contact almost. Sitting in the back, waiting for stuff to happen as we're having a pretty good side-by-side battle for second. Jacob Quill's loving it. He's pulling away. Jacob Quill also potentially saving a little bit of fuel, as I don't know exactly how much these guys can go on a full tank of gas. There's no fuel percentage reduction out of any of the cars. Jake Quill's running his stuff at 33. The other guy's 37. So you got to think, you got to make it to at least 40 to go to be able to make it to the end of this race. And it looks like they will be able to make it on one more pit stop. I think they could probably make it, I would approximate about 40 to 50 laps in that range. I would see guys starting to come down pit road in the next 5 to 10 laps. If you were to come down now, you would be able to make it to the end, I believe. It would just be very close, and you'd have to run the whatever you just did on these tires. You have to do that once more. And let's look at this, guys. Colby Duckworth. See, there's those 3 behind, and there's a group of 5 in the front. That's the front 8. And Jacob Quill just doing what he does best. Saves the tires, takes advantage of it, and Pete Tart out front of this group again. To go for Quill. Oh, contact Pete Tart! Can he save it? Yes, he can! What a save from the 57. Way too over-aggressive driving from these guys here at the front. I wasn't going to say it, but, you know, maybe there was a chance that they made contact, and, well, that chance happened. And, well, Pete Tart might be over for him now. The race win might be out of the books, and he might be coming out pit roads very soon. Pete Tart struggling for grip. And, less than 40 to go. Jacob Quill out front, pulling away. Pretty even lap time between him and Whitey Thompson last time. I think there's anybody that's going to beat him today. Could be Thompson. Oh, contact being made between the 32 and the 57 into the outside retaining wall. Jake Quill does not want to hear the words caution. But, well, could happen. And here comes the 5 down to pit road. Let's see what it is for him. Is it 4 tires and fuel? Same thing with the 32 as well. That's who else is coming out. But he's got bad right front damage. He's going to be to no use. See if it's 4 right side tires. I think it should. Or, yeah, 4 right side tires. 4 tires. Or is it going to be just right side tires for the 5? I would assume it would be 4. Let's say the jack. And 4 tires for him. JJ Moore. He will come around the next time. Pete Tart's going to stay out. And Jacob Quill also stays out. So let's see what happens with JJ Moore. Let's see how big of an advantage Wyatt Thompson gets. Remember, they pitted about 4 or 5 tenths apart. So let's see Thompson here. He goes a full lap down to Jacob Quill. And if I'm Jacob Quill, I'm probably pitting as Thompson passes me. And I'm going to make that last ditch charge to get back to the front. And he comes out in front of Pete Tart as well. So it's about a 2-second gap between Thompson and... No, 2 second. Yeah, probably a 2.5-second gap between Thompson and Jacob Quill. And here comes JJ Moore. He exits pit lane. And look at the difference between him and Thompson. Wait for Moore to get up to speed. He'll be up to speed by probably about turn 4. And look at the difference between the two. Wyatt D. Thompson just pulled away that much off of a 1 lap difference on the pit stop. Over a 2-second gap from 1 lap difference. Pete Tart is your new leader. Jacob Quill on pit road. Let's see just how much of a gap does Thompson get over him. Into 1. Thompson behind. There he is. The race off of pit road. Jacob Quill, you know he's full throttle. Whitey Thompson gets the lead, the virtual lead, and Jacob Quill will fall in line with him. And JJ Moore really started to lose time to them. Here comes Pete Tart now on the pit road. He slides to his pit box. Costly mistake for the 57. See what happens here. Thompson and Quill off of 4. Not a chance for Pete Tart to take this lead back. So your net leader will be Whitey Thompson after the pit cycles. Once more, and this time can he save the tire and go to the front? Laps remaining. These guys are almost in push mode, I would say. Riley Maxwell behind Jacob Quill. It is a lap car. Could we get a little bit of help from the lapper for Wyatt Thompson? I bet he would love that. Thompson is pulling away from Jacob Quill. Jacob Quill in that save mode again, just how he was in the last run. That very slow tire save mode to make that late charge. He'll probably make that charge about 15 to go. you know the updates between the lap times. Jake Quill with a 1 lap fresher, or was it? It was a 2 lap fresher tire than Whitey Thompson. Whitey Thompson with a 1 lap fresher tire over JJ Moore. The older tire, sorry, yeah, Jake Quill with a 2 lap fresher tire over Whitey Thompson, and JJ Moore with a 1 lap fresher tire difference over. They're 2 lap older tires than Thompson as well. So Moore with a 1 lap fresher tire difference. So 2 laps for Quill, 1 lap for JJ Moore. And, well, Thompson's got his teammate behind him. He's also a lap down. Riley Maxwell, he's going to allow him to go underneath him. Riley Maxwell in 11th, trying to get that his lap back. Maxwell could be hurting Thompson here. Might need to be like a team order, like get out of the way or drop to his back. But if you're 2 down, I would understand probably doing that. But now he's on the lead lap. Caution comes out. You got 3 of your guys on the lead lap after Henry Davis's lap 1 moment, and Thompson got very loose off of 4 right there. Had a big moment. And Jacob Quill getting this run on the front stretch. JJ Moore trying to help him get up there. Could very well be a 3-car battle for the win. I would not be surprised if we had a 3-car battle here for like the last 5 or 10 laps. I'd say probably the last 10 laps. Unless Jacob Quill is super saving that tire, which he tends to do a lot. These Mach 5 guys know it all too well about Jacob Quill saving the tire very, very hard, and they're making that late charge to the front. JJ Moore was once quoted saying, Jacob Quill's not that fast. He just saves the tire and is fast at the end of the run. And we'll see if that holds up. Cash Culp in the way. Will Cash Culp move? He goes hold his line. Thompson all the way low. JJ Moore is going to try to pass Jacob Quill here. And let's see how the teamwork is going to work with this Mach 5 team. You know, as a driver for Tricon Garage, being teammates of Max Ford, who I believe is one of the best people to be teammates with in this league, you know, what our motto is obviously you want yourself to win, but second, get the team to win. If you're not going to win, help the team win in any way possible. If JJ Moore were to push Jacob Quill up there, it gives Quill an opportunity to win. If JJ Moore doesn't push Quill up there, he's probably not going to get there. And if you also have to think, if you push him up there, there's 2 of you versus 1 of him. There's a good opportunity to still win this race, because now he's just going to sit behind you and save the tire. So, can Mach 5 find a way to, or can JJ Moore find a way to hinder Jacob Quill's pace to help Whitey Thompson win this race, if it comes down to it? And 26 laps to go. And Whitey Thompson 26 laps away from seeing his 2nd career win in the UIS. His first one and his first win came last season at Kansas in the playoffs. That really started the trend to go to the championship 4. He's going to lap Logan Brink here soon. JJ Moore was over a tenth faster that lap. Jacob Quill half a tenth slower than JJ Moore. On fresher tires, Jacob Quill is saving that tire. Logan Brink was a lap down. Logan Brink wanted to fight for this win. Involved in a couple crashes. Has never been able to recover. Top 10. Up to 10th place now, lap down. Top 9 on the lead lap. Coming 20 go, quite coming here soon. Now there's no lap cars. It is just the top 3. And they're coming. Moore 4-9 behind Thompson. And behind him is Jacob Quill. Jacob Quill the fastest out of the 3 by a tenth that last lap. Or half a tenth over JJ Moore. 2 tenths over Wyatt D. Thompson. And we're coming to 21 laps to go. This is looking like this could be one of those good finishes we've been waiting all season to see. Coming to 20 to go. Thompson is a lot slower than what he was. And Jacob Quill, he's here. 3 tenths is the gap between Quill and the leader. There is teammate trouble in front though. JJ Moore, honestly, in my opinion, is the best shot to win this race. If Wyatt D. Thompson plays us like a true teammate, we got less than 20 laps to go, and we got the top 3 separated by less than 2.5 tenths. Into turn 1 now. When does Moore make a move, and does he just chill behind Thompson for as long as he needs to, and then he takes the lead? That last lap, 2 tenths faster for Quill and 2 tenths faster for JJ Moore over Wyatt D. Thompson. Quill was the fastest out of them all, though, by less than a tenth over JJ Moore. By about half a tenth, it was 0.06 of a second. Moore to the outside. The 1 lap fresher tire difference is starting to pay off. Late in this run with the tires starting to wear, JJ Moore saved him a little bit better. Here they go into turn 1. Moore all over the back bumper. Down the back straightaway. Got a little bit of lap traffic here. 3, and into turn 4 once more. And JJ Moore is all over the back bumper of Whitey Thompson. Here we go, coming to 17 laps remaining here at Auto Club. 150 laps in this one, the crown jewel. He's right on the quarter panel, and Jacob Quill's sitting there saving the tire. Jacob Quill was 2/10 slower than Thompson that last lap. Thompson in the 42.0s. Maybe Thompson was saving the tire, trying not to burn it up. Maybe he's still got something left in him. At this point, he's just got to go. He can't slow down now. Jacob Quill's saving the tire. Good chance he makes a late charge here. Coming to 15 to go, next time by. Jacob Quill does not want to see a caution. He thinks he's got the best stuff here, and we know he does. $15 to go. Thompson and Moore separated by less than a tenth. Benjamin Hagstrom got a little bit of lap traffic in the way here. Here we go. 14 to go. Thompson, Moore, Quill. That's your top three. And there they are all on your screen. The gap is 0.3. For the rest of this way out. As you can see this battle unfold. The only three people you need to know is the three of the four on the top four of the screen. Pete Tart is in fourth. He's having a great day. 4.8 seconds back. These are the three that are in contention to win this one. JJ Moore and Jake Poole identical last lap times last lap. Whitey Thompson just a little bit quicker. About 0.02 of a second faster than JJ Moore and Quill that last lap. Quill's starting to pick up his pace. You can start to see he thinks it's go time. Like I said, but the last 15 laps, Jacob Quill is going to make a move here. Looking to run down Logan Brink for the all-time win list. Looking to add one more to his resume. It'll be win number 21 for Jacob Quill if he were to get it done. If he were to get it done today. He's nowhere near close to catching Logan Brink as of right now. Logan Brink is pretty sure about 40 wins in total in his career. But Jacob Quill is starting to get a little bit closer. Maybe he can chip at it slowly but surely. A little bit of lap traffic. And JJ Moore, he gets to the outside of his teammate. Down the back straightaway. Coming to 10 to go. We got a Mach 5 Frost Motorsports 1-2, and they're side by side. Jacob Quill to the top. Quill is going to have a massive run off this corner. There's a good chance they're going to be 3 wide into turn number 1 for the lead with 10 to go. JJ Moore clears Wyatt D. Thompson, and he's back out front for the first time today. Into 1. Quill on the outside. Moore to the middle. Thompson to the bottom. Moore cuts it down to the bottom. Thompson's going to slide up. Jacob Quill will clear him off of corner exit. And Jacob Quill, this is the battle now. Thompson's falling off. He's going to need a caution to help him win this one. The tires are gone in the 5s. And here's the battle. The last 9 laps of this race is going to be decided between Jacob Quill and JJ Moore. JJ Moore, your points leader, looking to extend it, looking to have the 3rd win of the season. Jacob Quill, on the other hand, looking to get his first win of the season in the Contender Series, looking to get his first win of the season at Auto Club, and looking for his first ever Crown Jewel victory, and looking for win number 21 on his UIS career, coming to 8 to go. Maybe Thompson's not falling off enough. Maybe he's still got a little bit left in the tank. He's not one to give up. To the bottom of the track now. Moore and Quill, 100th difference, and Jacob Quill's all the way to the top. This is classic Auto Club. One guy on the bottom, one guy all the way to the wall. Jacob Quill's got options. He's got the run. Is he going to go low, or does he stay high? He goes to the bottom. Jacob Quill looking for the lead. Side by side, they door into the corner. Jacob Quill will clear him on the bottom. Is that all, though? Does JJ Moore have a last gasp for air? He's in the wall. JJ Moore's in the wall. Jacob Quill reclaims the lead with less than 7 laps to go. Quill all the way by the wall. If Moore's going to want an opportunity, he's going to have to send it in and throw a slide job. He might have to make contact off a corner. It might not even matter. It might just be game over. Jacob Quill, 6 laps to go. He's pulling away. He's out front. He needs to keep the car out of the wall and just ride on home, because he's got this one won. But this battle's not over yet, though. These two guys are going right back at it. Thompson's tires maybe aren't done. Does he have a last gasp of air to try to go after the Jacob Quill machine? I feel if he did, he would let him go, but he's not letting Thompson through, and Jacob Quill's got 5 to go. He's coming to 4 to go. Jacob Quill coming across the start-finish line. He's just getting closer and closer to win 21, and getting closer and closer to, you know, really put himself in the record books. This guy wants to do eNASCAR next year, I believe. I think he says he's going to do a Road to Pro. He's going to try to go for the Coke Series. He's won plenty of races in his career. So far, he's one of the best drivers we've ever seen in the UIS. Sadly, though, he's yet to win a championship. And that will never change as he's going is now a part-time driver. We got 3 laps to go. He's less than 3 minutes away from win number 21 in his career. And it would be another one in the Contender Series and another one in the Xfinity car. He's had plenty of dominant performances before. This one wasn't a dominant one, but when he took the lead, he drove away. Coming to 2 to go. And Jacob Quill will be coming to the white flag. Thompson ended up getting around J.J. Moore. It's not going to be enough, though. 8/10 the gap. He was slower than Quill last lap. One more lap to go. The white flag is in the air for the 39 of Jacob Quill. Jacob Quill is coming around turns 1 and 2 for the final time today. He got win number 20 at Eldora just 2 weeks ago in the trucks. And 2 weeks later, on a Friday night, Jacob Quill will come across the line and he will secure win number 21 of his career, and he will win the second crown jewel of the season at Auto Club. Followed by Wyatt Thompson, J.J. Moore, Pete Tart will come across in 4th place, Kobe Duckworth with a great, quiet performance in 5th, Henry Kaloff in 6th, Cam Barnes will come home in 7th, Everett having a pretty solid debut as well, just like with Cam, 7th and 8th for those two. Carmelo Echevarria, his best finish of the season, I believe, would be, and he's the last guy to finish on the lead lap. And Logan Brink will come home in 10th place, not the finish he wanted, but it's not the guy we're talking about. We're talking about Jacob Quill here, who dominated the second half of this one, really. Just saved the tire, and as soon as they burned their stuff up, he went to the front, and guess what? He dominated after that. He's one of the best at saving the tire. He should have won Auto Club in the trucks last Monday night, and he did not. Got a little bit unlucky with the caution, but he can win this one. I'll go park it in victory lane. And he deserves it after that day he had. I'll burn it down in victory lane too. Oh, and he damaged the car. We'll bring in our guys for our interviews here in just a moment. Never mind, there's nobody in the interview rating room. Okay, well, I guess we'll wait a couple moments. We'll get our interviews in here in just a moment. JJ Moore, you got a copy in the booth? Hold on, can you talk real quick? I'm gonna make sure this is working. Okay, it's not. Hold on. Hold on. All right, try to talk.
Hello.
All right, we're working. All right, so P3 for you. You were at the front the entire day. You have the pace to potentially compete for a win. What more did you need you to go your way to secure win number 3 in the season?
Um, I don't really think I could have done much more. I did a lot of learning in the first two stages. Obviously, I haven't been to Auto Club since probably last season, so I spent the first two stages mainly learning the car. And the last stage, I felt like I put it all together. It was just third, second best car the whole time. So I feel like I've made the most of it.
Yeah, and um, your car was definitely quick throughout the entire day. Just walk us through some of the contact you made, or like at the beginning of that first stage where you got into the outside wall, I believe it was. What happened there, and like how did the car drive? Was the car very loose? Because it looked, for some guys, it looked very tight, and for others it looked like they were driving on 3 wheels.
Well, for me, I started off really, really loose on cold tires. Once the tires came to me, I got really tight, and I feel like that kind of screwed me over because the guys that were able to drive it more on 3 wheels and drive like a dirt car were able to let it float through the corners, especially once you got to the long runs.
um, and you keep your points lead after today. You finish a spot better than um a spot for God, I'm so dumb. A spot better than Pete Hart. What is it going to take between you and Wyatt to take down Pete this season? Because I honestly believe, and I said it multiple times in the stream, I think that you three are going to be 3 of the 4 in this championship battle. What is it going to take from you guys to be able to take him down?
Well, I think the big thing right now is just keep up the consistent finishes in the regular season. We've been pretty good. We both had good runs tonight. Wyatt's had a little bit less luck than I have, and I think that's part of the reason why I'm the leader. But I feel like if we can just keep up the consistent finishes, get top five, top tens, and just wear it um, when Pete misses, we swing and we hit and we get a home run. I think that will help us. And then just going into the playoffs, we just kind of keep up that same momentum, get it to the final four, and then we'll put time into the final four and we'll work together to try and take home a championship.
Yeah, definitely. And you get anybody you'd like to shout out before we send you back?
You gotta think out the team. Ken wrecked out early, sadly. Riley had a pretty decent race for what he had happened to him, and obviously Wyatt had a good race, finishing second. So can't thank them enough for all they do, supporting the team. Lane, the other team, the co-owner with Ken, who I don't know if he was watching or not, but him for supporting the team. All my sponsors. And then yeah, you got to thank the whole field. The last stage was beautiful racing. I'll give them that.
Yeah, we only had 12 cars in the last in the field at the end, but good luck on the rest of your season. Now maybe you can get win number 3 next week, or 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks
Yeah,
next week.
yeah. We'll see. It'll come eventually.
Yep. Oh, okay. Did not work for a second. Wyatt Thompson, you got a copy in the booth?
Yes, I do.
Well, P2 for you. You led the majority of the end. What more did you need from the right front tire?
I think my tires were fine. It's just once they got into draft, once Riley and Logan kind of got my way, I got dirty air and it lost me 2 or 3 tenths, and it just they got to catch up to me completely for free on the straightaways. There was nothing I could do. So just and Quill just sat behind JJ. I mean, it's what you got to do at these races, but yeah, how
Yeah,
it goes down.
yeah, and obviously Jacob is one of the best at tire saving as we've seen multiple times before in the past. Did you know if he was saving or like were you trying to match his saving or was it kind of just like you had one decision and it was just to go and obviously it didn't work?
Once I got up front, I kind of just stayed where I was. I wasn't really worried about where they were. I was just trying to keep a good balance on the right front, just keep it off of as much as I could. And I just struggled in one and two. I'm sure y'all saw a few times. It would get loose and then I couldn't keep it. It just get back tight again. There's just no turn in on the setup and it just made it so hard to drive.
Yeah, it looked like you were getting very loose a lot in one and two, and sometimes off exit of four. Um, how did the car drive though overall? Because it seemed like a lot of guys were very loose, and some guys were extremely tight the entire time.
Us that were driving loose, honestly, we were just trying to burn the right rear off more than the right front. I know y'all saw us arcing it way down out of turn four and just wrapping the white line, we were just trying to scrape the apron and pull the left front down, see how close we could get to spinning it out, because the right front just, it shredded off. I think I was on like 64.81 and I felt okay. So I was like that the first run too, that 42 lap run.
Yeah, and you got anybody like to shout out before we send you back?
I appreciate JJ for racing clean there, trying keeping us in one and two, but just didn't work out.
All right, we'll send you back, and good luck, and maybe we can see you in Homestead in a few months.
Appreciate it.
Jacob Quill, you got a copy in the booth?
I was watching F1.
Oh, is qualifying on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you can watch that in a minute. Well, P1.
Yeah.
Seeing you're trying to do something, we'll keep it short and sweet. P1 dominated the second half. How? Let me guess. Was it a tire saving thing? Because that's all you can do.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was really particular with this car today. You know when you race the truck on Monday, right? That right front would burn off easy, but you could still pin it on the right rear easily and kind of make it not tight long run. I'm not sure if you experienced that, but I know me and Logan had that a bunch, and we had no issues honestly with long run handling. But no matter how much you tire saved, this race, at the end of your run, when you start to push a little bit, it put heat into the right front, and you just turn into a snowplow no matter what. So even if you save your tires really good, so I just backed off a lot and made my car less of a snowplow compared to my competitors.
Um, yeah, definitely. You know, you were towards the front at the beginning of the race, and then you went to the back, and then you went back to the front, and then you went back to the back. Was that just
Then
like
I raced into Chase George, and then got 5 minutes of damage fixed, and then
yeah, pretty much. And
um,
like, are we? Can you take a shot at somebody saying? Because everybody's interviews have been super humble recently. Can you like take a shot at somebody for being very bad?
um, who was bad today? Oh, well, I already know my cell phone was bad today. Um,
Oh,
that's a no
oh,
go.
oh, yeah. We need to talk about that. How do you
I,
drive
I
into somebody under caution?
I was texting the huz and
Yeah, my
cell
sorry,
phone
bro.
on the cell phone. Yeah, and then I wasn't paying attention and I was completely off the gas, but then I didn't realize I was going 80 miles an hour. And then I ran into Chase George. And as soon as I realized I was coming up on him at a high rate of speed, I fucking yanked that wheel left. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was a moment. I was talking up Chase George too, saying it could be the day he wins, and then you decided to drive directly into him. No more than 5 seconds after. That makes for a good clip. Well, we'll get you out of here, so you can go watch F1. We'll go watch Lewis Hamilton win, hopefully. And if he doesn't, I'll be depressed. But you got anybody like to shout out before we send you back?
What's his name? Yeah, I like to shout out my mom. I like to shout out my dad. I like to shout out my sister. My two brothers. I'd like to shout out my cousin. I'd like to shout out
Yeah.
my niece, my nieces and nephew. I'd like to shout out Chase George. I'd like to shout out Tyler Helms, Logan Brink, Max Ford. I mean they do great jobs. Um, I'd like to shout out Wyatt D. Thompson, there for letting me win the race. I want to shout out JJ Moore for burning up his tires. Shout out to Pete Tart. He was off the pace at the end. Shout out to Colby Duckworth. Shout out to Henry Kaloff. Yeah, he's a good guy. Got robbed for trucks at Iowa. Poor soul.
Sure.
Yeah, he did. Cam Barnes. Yeah, shout out to that guy. Had no clue where the hell he was the whole race. Everett Kotz. I knew that guy because I was behind him a couple times. He's a legend. Carmelo Echevarria, if that's how you would say his name. I don't know. Riley Maxwell, being an absolute terrorist at Las Vegas because he wrecked me out lap 1.
All right. So
Chase
we're gonna cut
Grohl
this interview
because he
short.
makes really good paint schemes, and then Cash Gulp for being an awesome non-wing sprint car driver. Michael Deach for owning a great team, and I want to give another big shout out to Benjamin Hagstrom for running me up the track a couple times. I'd like to shout out Peter Hoppy for stepping on his dick and leaving the race. Like to shout out James Cesar for not even starting the race. Shout out to Jackson Brown for being the first one to wreck out, or second.
No, yeah,
whatever you wanna
Kendra
call it.
Davis wrecked out first.
Yeah, got shout out to Contori Davis. Shout out to Tyler J. Curley for leading the race and then deciding to get set in the fastest lap and then just decide to dip because he's bored. Yeah, I mean, I also like to just give a big shout out to Aiden Coparubia. You know, he doesn't do much in the server, but you know, he's a great guy. Shout out to Maxwell Funderburg for taking over the chief media officer
All right,
role. And
have a good day. We're cutting this over.
thanks to Spencer Morris for being a great guy to talk to, and thanks to Zachary Trevino for not showing up tonight, but being a standout admin. Thanks to Christian Doug.
He's done. He's done. He's done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's another race in the books. Jake Pull, your winner, another win, career win number 21 for him. Got career win number 20 just a couple weeks ago. Next week we are off for the Contender Series, but tomorrow night we are live at 8:30 Eastern Time. Hopefully it goes up at 8:30 if people don't mess up. Not my problem if they do. At Auto Club, 200 laps for the Cup Series, and the next Monday night we are live from Texas on the UBN Network